take 2 on how to set up a wireless network when you're on a caravan or travelling around and you haven't got a router as you'd normally do at home. Okay, this is take 2 because in take 1 something went wrong and it didn't record it all. Okay, little red things flashing up the top, which means it is being recorded, hopefully. Okay, it's being recorded onto the network card. Okay, here we are. Here's a caravan. Okay, here's a mobile, a laptop computer. I'm using a mobile phone. There's the car that's towing it. Okay, so we're in a caravan. We haven't got any 240 volt power. We're out in the bush. We've got 12 volt power. Here's 12 volt power. Alright, cable coming along. Some issues with that with the mobile phone and previous interview I did. Okay, video I did. So, how do we actually get files from the phone to the computer? How can you share the internet? Well, some people may already know you can share the internet with mobile hotspot. But you can, the people may not also know you can also use it as a local area network. Okay, to show you how this works. Okay, to give an explanation of why I need to do this is I use an application called Aussie Explorer, and there we are. There's Aussie Explorer running, and I'll just load up a couple of maps where I am. Okay, but where I am, this is where we are currently at, a place called near Ashford in New South Wales, not too far south in Queensland, and I use this application on my phone called Aussie Explorer. So when we're travelling around, that little yellow dot there is a free camp that we're staying at. In fact, I'll press this. There it is. Whoops. Ashford Seven River Rest Area. That's where we're actually staying at the moment. Okay, I can navigate to it, I can put it on a map, I can delete it, do all sorts of things. But in addition to that, when I'm using Aussie Explorer, you see this little blue line that's going along here. This little blue line is where we've been travelling the last couple of days. And that all gets recorded on my phone, and there's a file for each day. So what I need to do is copy those files from my computer, from my phone to a computer. And I could do that by just connecting a cable and connect it to the computer and transferring it that way. But an easier way of doing it, and more convenient, is to be able to do it all wirelessly, especially if you've got lots of files and stuff like that and you want to do it with multiple devices. To normally do that, you can do it with a Wi-Fi network at home, but what happens if you're in a free camp or something like this, when you're out on the road and you haven't got your router at home, you haven't got your Wi-Fi system at home. You've actually got a Wi-Fi system, and it's actually caught in the tethering and portable hotspot. Now, to use that, I'll have to show you how to use it, and some people may know how to use it. I don't know. I've done previous videos on this, I think. But you need to get into the phone settings. So I swipe down once, I swipe down a second time, and there's that little cog there. Touch the cog, goes into there, gets to the Wi-Fi settings, and under wireless and network, there's usually a button called More. On some other phones this may be different. Okay. Under More, there's tethering and portable hotspot. And under tethering and portable hotspot, you can do it with various settings. So I can go into the settings there, set what I want to do for the settings, also set up the username, password, stuff like that. But once you've done that, then you go into there, that screen there, and you'll notice there's nobody connected at this particular point in time. Select a Wi-Fi hotspot mode and proceed. Set up your Wi-Fi hotspot. Okay, this is where you put in the name of it. I've called it Jeff Kogan Latest. What security it is, what the password is. I'm going to show the password and what the various things are done there. So I'll leave that to other people as to how you want it. Well, I'll leave that to work out yourself what you need to do to put in the username and password. Okay, but the network name is Jeff's Kogan Latest. So that's going to be the name of the network on this phone. Okay, all right, to connect to it, all right, I'll go back into that again. Okay, and there's off, and I can just press the off button, it changes to on. And you'll notice when I do that, up the top here, near the top there, there's a little icon, which means that the portable Wi-Fi hotspot is currently on. So if I'm at any other screen, I can see that it's on there, right? So I'm at the home screen or any other screen other than one that's full screen that takes over the place, right? So now that's on, right? I can do various things with it. By the way, usually on most phones, for example on this phone, there's a little fast way of turning it on. I'll just show you that again, all right? I just either swipe down twice, or, little thing I learnt the other day, swipe down with 2 fingers, right? See the 2 dots are there? Swipe down with 2 fingers. I thought it's on my second page. Hotspot is on. Touch it, turns it off. Touch it, turns it on. There we are, turns on. Okay. Alright, now that that's turned on, what I want to be able to do is get files from this computer to, from my phone to a computer. So what I'll do now is switch on the camera on the phone, which is also recorded. And we'll look at this, and there's heaps of background sun. I'll just see if I can turn this around the other way, so the sun's not in the way. Excuse me, move my chair around. So the sun's in the background. It's in a little bit of shade, and we'll turn the screen on. There we are. By the way, there's that same Aussie Explorer program running on my desktop computer. So what I like to do is get the files from my phone to my desktop computer. Now I'll just turn this sideways so I can get in closer. Alright, and there we are, there's some settings. So to connect it up, what I need to do is go down there and connect my phone to this. So okay, so I go down to the little indicator shows hidden icons, go up to Wi-Fi connections, go to Wi-Fi, names come up. I don't know what that one is, why it is there, but this one here says Jeff's Kogan Latest, which is the name of the phone. It's because it's being broadcast. If I click on that, it says you can connect automatically. Now some people tick that. I don't tick that when I'm traveling around in my caravan and using my phone. Simply reason because Windows has a habit of wanting to do updates, and will use up all my internet quota. Even if I've got what's called a metered connection switched on, it wants to use it all up. So I connect without it connecting automatically. Whoops, what have I done here? Gone to the wrong screen. I'll call something else up. Whoops. Alright, back to the camera. Alright, there we are. Sorry, apologies for that. Okay, I'm going to connect. There we are. Connect. Now that that's connected, righto, now that I've got that connected, alright, the phone is now electronically connected to via Wi-Fi to the computer, and you normally use that just to share a internet connection. So if I went on my computer now and went into the internet, I could use the internet that's on the phone. And I'm using a 4G connection here via LD Mobile, and it's really fast, 80 megabits download and 20 megabits upload. Just happens to be the location I'm at. Anyway, alright, but what happens if you wanted to copy a file from my phone here to the computer? So how can I do that? Alright, you can do that from the phone or from the computer, but I'm going to do it from the phone in this case via this application here, which is called File Manager. I've mentioned this in other videos. File Manager is a great little application. There's probably other file managers to do the thing, but the nice thing about this File Manager, it allows you to do things wirelessly. If I go into the File Manager application, right, and I'll take it to its home screen. That's what it looks like when you first start up. It shows you things like images. I've got 601 images, 960 audios. It's because I've got a lot of music on here. 118 videos and 476 documents on this phone. Right, split between the device, which is the phone itself's memory, and an SD card. One thing I like about Android is you can have an external SD card, which I can take out of the phone if the phone were to pack in, and put it in another device and read it, which you can't do with iPhones, alright, or iPads, but you can do it with Android, most of them. Okay, so how do I actually get a file from my phone to my computer wirelessly? Right, under the File Manager, in addition to having the home, it has the SD card, which I can see files in the SD card. I can see files on the device itself. It's also got this thing called, they've got download, storage analysis, and one called cloud. Under cloud is basically means wirelessly connected, and I've got all these things set up, which I've set up before. But how do I actually set them up? All right. One I have set up is called Jeff's laptop, which is that one there, you'll notice. So when I touch that there, it's connected, and that's how quick it connects. That's the C drive on my laptop. So all the files on the C drive on my laptop I'm looking at on my phone, and I can do the normal things I can do with files. I can copy them, move them. The ones that are executable, I could execute them even, perhaps, I don't know. But how do I set it up to get there on the phone? How was this set up? You'll notice this number here at the top here. It's got 192.168.43.111. Whoops, I'll just go back to that again. Okay. That's actually the IP address of the phone, so of the laptop, not the phone, of the laptop. So how do I find out where that IP is? I'll show you how to find that on the phone. All right, so I'll go back to my camera, all right, and I go down to the bottom here, again where we're connected. Bring the pointer down, point at hidden icons again, go to my internet connection there, go into that. And in the latest version of Windows 10, if I go to the properties of it, that's quick enough. No, it's not quick enough, it's dead slow. There's all the reflection of the trees in the background. Waiting, there we are. If you scroll down the screen there's a little scroll bar on the left hand side. If I scroll down the screen a little bit, further down is that IP4 address 192.168.43.111. So that's what I have to put in when I put that in to connect to the laptop to set up a connection. Right, so I'll show you how to do that. Phone the other way around. Okay, if we go into there, go to File Manager, go to Cloud. Right, how do we create one? Down the bottom here, those things, you can do various things. You can do LAN, cloud. See, this is actually LAN, local area network. All right, at the moment. All right, I can do LAN. I'm going to do a LAN connection. I type in that IP address there. I give it a display label, which is optional, which is the name of the network. Domain I don't use. And then have to give it a username and password. Now normally it doesn't allow me to enter a username and password. I click there, it won't let me. But what I've got to do is click on, it says anonymous there, switch that tick off. Type in a username, which will be the name of the network I want to use, Jeff's laptop, for example. Then the password, which is the password to my laptop. Then I can actually test the connection to see if it works. Now I've already done that, so I'll just go to the, whoop, that's not the one I want to show you. It's that one there, Jeff's laptop. In addition to creating them, you can also edit them. You'll notice there's the number there, 192.168.43.111. The display label is left Jeff top, no domain name, username is Jeff, a password, I've got a password. And if I click do the test connection, it says a connection tested successfully. If it doesn't test connection successfully, then that number you've entered is wrong, right, or the password, the username and password is wrong. It's a matter of getting those right. Once you get that right and test is connected successfully, then you can connect to the device. Okay. All right, I don't want to edit that. I'll go back into the Jeff's laptop again, and there we are. There's the C drive in Jeff's laptop. I'll go into that. I'll just do that again. C drive in Jeff's laptop. Those files I mentioned before with the Aussie Explorer, all right, I store them, been storing them on my laptop for this trip I did to Tassie in a file called Tassie Temp. So there they all are. These are track logs for every single day where I've travelled. That line that was drawn on the map is made up of all these, and there's one for every single day. So if I go down to the bottom of it, now I did this all earlier and it didn't record properly, so we'll have another go at it and show. We'll copy the 8th and the 9th over the top of it again. So on my laptop, a nice thing about this file manager is you can have be connected to two different devices or two file directories at the same time. So if I swipe sideways, I'm now looking at a different file directory. It's already there. I'll just show you what I want. I'm going to go into the SD card. I'm going to go to Android. I'm going to go to the data. By the way, SD card Android data or device Android data is where the data for a lot of programs is stored, and it's usually given a name. For example, down the bottom here, this last one is Aussie Explorer. There's some files. Oh, wrong one. There's some track logs, sorry. Some more track logs, and is every single day. So the 8th and the 9th, the one I want to copy. Now, if I want to copy a particular file, or one file, all I do is touch it, do a long press on it, and it puts a tick to the side there. You'll notice that tick there. Then I can touch another one or another one. If I touch it again, it switches it off. So it's saying I'm going to process these two files. It's just like multi-marking in, or selecting multiple items in the file manager in Windows. If I now want to copy them, I can, down the bottom here, I've got various things I can do. One is, which is copy. I'm going to copy that. I'm now going to swipe over, whoops, I don't want to do that. Swipe over to my another screen, all right, which is my Tassie trip on my computer, all right, on my laptop computer, and I've already got the 7th to the 8th there, but I'm going to paste them anyway. And I'll come up and say, do you want to overwrite it? And also remember the choice. I do want to overwrite that. So there it's overwriting. It was very, very fast, as you notice. Just by the way, another thing is, in addition to being able to copy locally, which is a local area network, if you've got it set up, I happen to have a server at home, and I have an IP address for the home and a domain name, which I've paid for, and I can actually connect to my computer at home. So if I go here and under cloud, I've set one up called home server. All right. So if I go into that, it's now connecting to my computer, not in the caravan. That it's connecting to the computer at home. In other words, it can be anywhere in the world. If anybody knows anything anything about Linux, my home server has a folder for media. If I go into media, it shows me all the hard drives on my home server. On Linux computers, they're given long names like this, and I happen to know that that's the drive I want to copy to, for example, which has also got all my tracks on it. And I've got a directory here called Jeff's Data, and under Jeff's Data, I've got another directory called somewhere. Something about phone, very good names. Phone, where is it? P. Phone, Jeff's Aussie Explorer data folder. So if I go into that, and that has, then I've got it split up between years. Yeah, 2001. So I've got every single place I've been to on my server at home right back to 2001. So I went into 2019. There's 74 items on it. Right, and there's all the tracks there. And in a minute it'll come up, all my track files. So anywhere, wherever I am in the world, as long as I've got an internet connection, I can have access to all these tracks to show me wherever I've been, everywhere in the world. Okay. If I wanted to copy them, I could copy them. So if I can mark, whoops, cancel. Do a long press on that, I could copy it back to this phone, copy it to my laptop. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. I copy from my server to my laptop indirectly via the phone, or copy and move files anywhere I like, or delete them or share them, or copy them and bring them up. Obviously, it takes a little bit longer over the internet while we're doing this rather than being directly. But anyway, what I've shown you here is being able how to use a mobile phone hotspot that you set up yourself to be used as a local area network, or for that matter a wide area network, to your other devices. And I've just done that in a situation where we haven't got any power, we haven't got any router, we haven't got any houses or anything like that. We've just got the devices. And that's what I've done. If you don't understand this, or you want to know more, or see how to do this, or know more details about how to do this, please drop me an email. Other than that, that's basically it. Hopefully it's all been recorded, as it wasn't recorded last time. Just by the way, this is my new, an old adapter I was using. If you looked at my previous video that showed you how I was having trouble with the power supply, I'm using an old one and it seems to be charging it up now. Alright, we'll just go back to here. It's now up to 77% and it's charging all right, and it's charging all the time. So perhaps these three-way ones don't work too good. Perhaps it might have been the fact that we drove on a road the last couple of days and we've been dropping on bumpy roads and it's shaking it to hell, and there's something wrong with the devices. Anyway, we'll perhaps find out. Alright, I'll just say goodbye. Alright, it's back to me. Alright, goodbye everybody. As I said, if you've got any questions on that, drop me an email. And if you wanted to have a really, really good time, get out on the road, either in a car or in a caravan, and you can take all your technology with you. See you later. Bye.